Left-Wing Kingz. Listen, think, act, repeat. Trump could be doing better. So he's trying to create a perception right now. My man,
nice segue.
My man is mean mugging. He's out there with mugshots, looking like he about to fight. I don't think he can fight personally.
No.
I may be wrong, but there was breaking
Trump
news.
ass can't fight.
He fight with his money and lawyers.
Yeah, that's about it. That's how far the fight goes, man. There's news, man. On the 24th, Trump and all the rest of his co-defendants all turned themselves in by Thursday, right? So they turned themselves in, Fulton County Jail, good to go. Trump showed up, and he was just like, whatever face he made, right? There's a little mean face, like he mad, like he about to do something. You know what I'm saying? Mean mugging, looking crazy. But mean mugging does not make the evidence any less credible. Sorry, you can mean mug all you want to. You got a lot of stuff stacked against you, bro. And you got 18 potential flippers. Okay? So
flippers. I like
at the end of the day, man, it's all politically motivated. His whole mean mugging and people are also saying that the charges are politically motivated. So I'm gonna ask you, Ace, man, what are your thoughts on this recent indictment and all of this stuff going on right now, man? I know I'm hitting you with a very wide topic, man. But
we can't get away from Trump, man. We tried to, man. It's funny, man. On my way over here, I was riding, and just in my head, it just popped up. I was riding. I said, a lot of his supporters, because when I come over to your house, just to kind of let you know how the journey is. I'm leaving the city. Sean lives
in the sticks somewhere.
Well, it gets a little rural, the way that I come. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so just because I knew what we were going to talk about today, I was thinking, and I said, you know what's funny? A lot of Trump supporters are rural. They're people who live in rural, hardworking people, ranch owners. And they support this guy, and this dude's a city guy. He's a New Yorker. He doesn't fit into their world. You know what
their
I'm saying?
values are different.
Yeah. But and of course you talk about the mean mugging picture, and I think that's all him just putting on a show of let me look defiant and like I'm fighting against the system. But you're not fighting against the system. Yep. Think about it. This dude came, he flew in, he got to fly in. Think about what happened. They got a warrant for his arrest. He had the capability of flying in on this jet from Jersey, landing 15 minutes in and out, and he was back on the plane and back in Jersey within a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? I done got traffic tickets and was down there 4-5 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, have you watched that show? I can't remember what it is. It's on A&E, and it
First
shows
48,
people.
a jail?
Nah, the ones where they getting booked.
Jail.
Yeah, the one where it's just like everybody comes in, like they'll have drunk people that got booked for the day or whatever. They there for 8, 5, 10 hours, bro.
Never.
And then they let them go. Like their whole booking process is ridiculous. I went one time. I had a warrant for a speeding ticket. I was in there for like 8 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, he got to turn in his own stats. Like, this is who I am. They didn't measure him. They didn't weigh him.
They're supposed to do a cavity search.
Exactly.
They did not do it. None of that stuff.
Exactly. And they said the stats he got was Muhammad Ali in his prime. 6'3", 215.
No, he about 330.
I say 215.
Where?
Huh?
They put him at 215?
215.
That's what he turned in as his.
Trump, I'm 5'9". I'm 218. So come on, yo. Wow. Let's be real. I mean, it's ridiculous on the spin that's being done around this whole situation, man. Come on, 2-tier justice system. Come on.
Hey, your girl Joy said, did y'all see the parade when he turned himself in?
Oh, yeah. Had 40 policemen on on motorcycles. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? The president don't even get that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's the former president, so they still look at him, in that.
Nobody trying to come get Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We know that. Yeah. But I think the irony of it, I think about the Central Park 5. Right?
Yeah.
When they had to take mug shots and they didn't do it. So now he's taking a mug shot. But we all know that it's really a stunt.
Yes.
Like you said, when I went for speeding tickets, it was 12 hours. I'm like, they got me in here for this long?
It's a long time.
I had to put on an orange jumpsuit and everything. I'm like, man, for this?
I went to the cell, like the group cell.
Yes.
Where everybody, I was about to go to sleep for the night. Yes. I was like, y'all set me all the way up here, and then girl who got me out, she's like, I've been waiting for 4 hours. I was like, why did they even send me there?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
interrupting
No,
your point,
I
man.
know. I feel you. No,
Yeah.
but it's all nonsense. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll do a day in jail.
Nah, he ain't gonna do it.
What it really is they just don't want him to run for president again. They want to ruin his candidacy. You know what I'm saying? Candidacy situation. I think that's all it really is.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if that's what they're trying to do, they failing.
Big time.
Because if he don't go to jail, even if he does go to jail, he can still basically be president. There's an argument about the Constitution and that, but at the end of the day, they failing at that big time. He winning like 40, 30 points in the polls.
Well, that's on the primary side. I mean, that's all. That's the
Man.
That's the Republican
I
Party.
don't trust none of this stuff until the votes is over.
Yeah, no. I mean, and
The
let me break it down to you.
electoral vote at that.
That's the primaries. He's 30 points ahead of DeSantis. He's winning the Republican Party without a problem. He didn't have to go to debates. Have to do none of that.
Nope.
Now, once again, this election is going to come down to the independent voter. You just hope some of these independent voters ain't silly enough to think, well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and flip over here and vote for this guy. Here's the deal. End of day, end of story. Dude has no policy on anything. He ain't coming out and saying, hey, man, I'm going to make your life better and do this, that, and the other.
Nope.
He might.
not.
He just ain't.
Well,
he
no,
ain't
He ain't
saying
said
it.
You can
Right.
name one thing from his former presidency that he left.
He's not
as a
saying
legacy.
any. All he's
He ain't
focusing on
said
is
nothing.
how I'm here to protect you because I'm
And the
fighting all these
immigrants.
He
cases.
has no policy, bro. He's never had any policy.
If he has a policy, he just
Getting
ain't
the
sharing it. I
immigrants
don't know.
He had a secret policy? No, bro. He ain't got
might.
no policy, dog. He don't.
He might.
never had one.
I can't.
All right, so you can name every president. If we go back from Bush to Obama to whatever, you can name a president that left something in their legacy, and that's what they were talking about the whole time in office. Can't do that for Trump.
He had a partial wall. That's all I can say.
And he
And
didn't.
But
keeping
it's
the
something.
immigrants
It's
out.
no, that was
Yeah,
even
keep
it. Huh?
Keeping the immigrants
That's
out.
the one thing he can say. He got a partial wall put up
Did
to
that
to
happen?
stop
Did
the
he fix
immigrants.
immigration?
I'm not saying he
No.
fixed
That's
it,
what
but I'm saying
I'm
that's
saying, but every
that's what he
president,
can point to.
every president left a legacy. If you think about him, that's who they are.
What did Obama ain't fix nothing. No, you're talking about
Obamacare,
fixing
bro.
versus doing something.
Obamacare.
Did that fix anything?
Yeah,
though?
it did.
Yes,
If
it gave a
did.
lot of people medical
A lot of people
insurance.
got
that
health
didn't
insurance
have.
that they
But
don't have.
but not everyone-
Bush left.
it doesn't help
leave no
everything
child
for everyone.
behind. That helped
Yeah.
education.
When you say fix, it fixes things for everything and everyone.
Well,
We're
no, I'm
still
just
having a
saying,
conversation
there's a-
about healthcare today.
But exactly, but we weren't having
Nothing
the conversation on that. That wasn't.
We weren't even talking
doing
about
that.
it then.
But we
We're
are
have
still.
everything
So
in place
because
why
of
would you talk
Obama.
about fixing something that's already fixed? If Obamacare fixed it, would we still be talking about healthcare? Would we still be talking about the price
wasn't
of
so much that he
prescriptions and all of that
fixed it.
stuff?
He
That's my
didn't
point.
fix it, but he
no
had a
president
legacy.
fixed
He improved it,
anything.
maybe.
That's different. I agree with that. And Trump has a legacy too, putting up partial wall, immigration. I agree with that. What he's saying is fixed. Like, ain't nobody fixed anything. They don't want to fix anything.
No.
Politicians don't want to fix things because when they fix things, they have nothing to talk about. They have nothing to do.
They want to give the illusion
Yes.
that they fixed something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's a very illusion. There's a partial wall that ain't ever been fixed, and there's an illusion that he didn't do shit for immigration but mess it up. You know what I'm saying? So now he does have a legacy with January the 6th. That is his
Okay,
legacy.
there you
right
go.
there.
The
you go.
insurrection.
He got that too.
No, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Legacy.
But what I mean is, and you know, my correction, he didn't fix it, but he improved healthcare through
Okay,
Obamacare.
that's different.
All right?
Cool.
Okay.
And
better
look,
choice
even
of words.
let me put it to you like this, and I'm being very critical here, but even a 100-foot wall is an improvement over 0-foot wall to him and his supporters. So when you say he didn't leave a legacy, there's people that's gonna argue you that all day. We just can't say that definitively he didn't do anything. There are things that he did. Now you may not like him or care about him because I sure as fuck don't. But at the end of the day, there are people that are going to say, well, that wall meant something to them. He tried. He did something.
Well, I mean,
You
and
know
I'm
what
not
I'm
going to
saying?
say he didn't do anything, but I am going to say that he didn't do anything pretty much for the common man or his voter that he's
No.
talking about. He did stuff for big business. He cut a
Yeah,
whole
he
bunch
did
of
that.
taxes and pulled back a whole bunch of
Yeah,
regulations.
that was my next point that I was going to say.
Basically what
Like,
he's gonna
he
do.
did a lot
Yeah.
for like big business,
Yeah.
and they will love him for that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But the immigrant thing that he did, he actually negatively impacted the rural people who are voting for him because there ain't nobody to man their farms.
I got a comment here from Walanda. It says, politics ideally should not play a role in bringing criminal charges. The legal system should operate independently based on evidence and the law, rather than being influenced by political considerations. However, in some cases, there have been instances where politics might indirectly impact the decision-making process or public perception of criminal charges. Trump signifies where perception is people's reality. His followers truly believe he is being wronged regardless of all the evidence. Yeah.
He's right. She's absolutely right.
Well, unfortunately, politics, it does bleed in to criminal cases all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Unfortunately, like federal judges, like, well, not federal, like some judges are like, you have to vote for putting judges in in their seats.
Or they get appointed.
Yeah, or they get appointed by a certain political party or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's his legacy too.
Yeah, well, all them
Taking down Roe versus Wade.
See, that's politically based right there.
That is definitely his legacy right there. That's he will claim that forever, even though he did nothing about it. He was not a part of it. Now he
don't
put
even
the
believe
people
in it.
He put the people right. He put the people in place that made the decision.
Yeah.
He didn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, but he gonna claim it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, he don't even believe that, man. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's a crazy mess where this country's at. And, you know, looking at the debates that also happened this week, it's like, man, this is where we're at right now. That clown show, you know what I'm saying, that was going on. The thing about it, man, I've been looking at the politics for a long time. And don't get me wrong, I haven't always agreed with all the candidates.
Yes.
But you had some certain level of respect for them and thinking that they were looking out for the best of the country, man. Now you just got all kinds of people out here, man, just going for their own, you know, personal agendas or whatever the case.
Two things I want to touch on with the debate. First of all, Vivek Ramaswamy, like, who's going to support Trump if he gets the nomination? That brother was the first one to put his hand up,
And he's
smiling.
gonna pardon him too.
And he gonna pardon him if he becomes president. So he either trying to be president or vice president, one or the other. I don't know which one. But then the crazy thing is, I watched the interview with that dude who made that song. I don't know if y'all know that song, The Rich Man Up in Richmond.
Yeah.
So during the debate, they kind of showed that song, showed the guy singing it, and then they were like, well, what do you have to say? This is how America feels now about, you know, the people in Washington and blah, 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 blah. They interviewed him. He said, I don't know why they played my song during that debate.
Wow.
He said, the song is about the people who were on that stage.
Yeah.
He said,
So they missed it.
Yeah. He said, it's about them.
Wow.
He said, I don't even, he said, they missed the whole point. And all you hear him talk about bureaucrats and the deep state, that's who you are, fool.
Yeah.
You part of that. You make the decisions. You go into these rooms with these people, they give you money, they tell you what they want you to do, and they influence you to make the decisions. But now there's a deep state out there that doing something besides you? Damn. How high up does this stuff go?
Yeah, no, man, that's just nuts. And then believe it or not, man, I can't remember her name right now, but the best one, the senator, man, the lady, she was the only lady up there, but the senator, she was the best one out of all of them.
Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley. God, I couldn't think of her name.
She was good.
I mean, and she was the only one like talking a little bit about policy and kind of making some sense out of a lot of things. But even with her, when they asked her, would you support Trump, she put her hand up.
Yeah, she did.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Well, weren't they all Republicans?
yeah, I mean, but
there were a few that said that
you know they're
Asa
running
Hutchinson,
against them though.
Yeah.
right? And
That's
Asa
why
Hutchinson,
I'm like confused.
Asa Hutchinson, and
Yeah.
Chris Christie did not put their hands up. They said they would not support him.
They're running against them, but they're so scared of the base that they still say they're going to support Trump. Why? When we have to support this undying loyalty to one person or one man? That sounds
He
like
set
Nazi
that
Germany to me.
He set that precedent.
That's what I'm saying.
what it sounds
That
like.
sounds like
He
Nazi
came
Germany.
in and
Like a
became
dictatorship.
president with
Yeah.
no political background. He has a business education. He knows nothing about history. He didn't know nothing about laws. He didn't know nothing. And this fool was president for 4 years.
But what did that say? It speaks to our society
Absolutely.
and the intelligence or lack thereof.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing he's good at is filing for bankruptcy and getting out of owing folks money. Maybe that's why they voted him in. Get the
And your
deficit
man Vivek or
erased.
whatever his name, he's coming from that same principle. I'm a businessman. I'm 38, you know, and I'm going to just get up here and act the part, pretty much, you know. But yeah, he's you know, it's crazy, man. That debate was all over the place, and even Mike Pence told him when he's talking about pardon, he says, you know, the pardon don't work like that. The first thing that when you get a pardon, you got to admit that you was wrong.
But I do have a few comments real quick. Walanda said Nikki Haley, she gave us some claps on here. And then Steve said Nikki Haley was the UN ambassador during Trump's presidency, so I'm not surprised that she would support him.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. But at the same time, I mean, the question was, would you support him if he's like, I think they said if he's found guilty and he gets the nomination or something like that. Was that it?
Yeah. I mean, they're running against this guy, and that was it that they were asking. But they're running against this guy, and only a few of them, actually, I think it was Asa and Christie that actually challenged them. Everybody else was like, they're basically running for second place, hopefully. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what they're hoping. Maybe I can get a place on the cabinet or whatever. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, it's ridiculous that,
Your girl Letitia had a comment on here.
Who, Lynn?
Letitia Davis Johnson.
Yeah, that's Lynn.
She says Trump's education is questionable. So that's to you, Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then Kendra Cheeseborough got a speedy trial coming up in October, thinking that the Georgia DA wasn't.
Does that mean that the whole trial has to move up because?
No, just him.
Okay.
Yeah, and but they're trying to catch her off guard, like she wasn't ready.
Right.
I think they're wrong. I think Sister Girl's ready.
Oh, I know she ready. It's been like you said. The point that Trump's in there, well, it could have been done this to me years ago. Because we've get our ducks in a row, bro. We don't do stuff like you. We get our I's dotted and T's crossed. We make sure that if we're going to come at the president of the United States,
gonna shoot for the
and that's the
king.
point. You must have your shit in order. Nobody's going to come at him knowing all of the backlash, the hate. He's got millions of supporters. Why would you come at that half-ass?
And he unleashes them on people, and that's just crazy. Like he unleashes them on people on purpose. So, yeah, man.
Did you also hear another good point was that one of the people who was accused of being a fake elector, she said, well, she tried to make a claim that she only did it because her commander-in-chief told her to do it. Right? So now, with publicly saying that and putting that in front of the court, that right there is evidence against you. You're saying right now that I did it because he told me to. So now what you going to do? Flip? Or I think that she's probably going to flip too, because now you pretty much put it out there that, I did it. And here's why. Well, that don't make you not guilty, right? You still have a choice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
What about blacks for Trump?
like I said, man.
Blacks for Trump, baby.
Here's what that'll get you: jail time.
There you go. Ain't there one brother who's still sitting in jail and can't post bond?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Couldn't make his $10,000,
Harrison Floyd, I
$100,000
think
down
it
to
is.
10. Couldn't make it.
He the only one that had no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude.
If you're gonna be a supporter, at least you gotta, hey man, what's up?
Dude. Yeah,
Trump ain't giving out none of that money.
No, of course not.
Could you imagine the conversations he's having with brothers up in there right now? What you in here for?
What you in for?
And then his face all up on the
Yeah,
damn.
they watch the TV in the day
He's gonna
room
see if he gonna lie.
Yeah.
What you in here for?
They
bro?
better have him in protective custody.
Come on, dog. Blacks for Trump, dog.
I don't understand. That's beyond me.
Whoa.
He just let you just blacks for Trump. Boom, wearing the T-shirt and everything. And then Tootie or whatever her name is, she's up there just smiling like the Grinch. I think her last name is Tootie or something like that. It is. Her last name is.
Oh my God.
Kanye was hide that girl one time in her life. I know he ain't feeling good about that.
Nah, he ain't proud of that at
That was
all.
his publicist.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Her mugshot is amazing.
it's stupid.
I know.
I'm like, she didn't do a hair before she went to bed. Nothing.
Nothing. Looking crazy.
She knew she was going in for that.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
She's gonna be a photo as part of this procedure.
But
And
she
it's
was
probably
hey,
part of
what it
the
was.
publicity too.
She's supposed to get her hair did.
She didn't want to look cute for the chicks. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause she
She about to be locked
head
up.
on. Yeah.
But she made bail though. She.
My bad. I didn't know.
I don't even know. I'm just guessing.
Hey, y'all seen that 60 Days In?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all see the one I'm talking about. That black girl, she fell in love in jail and shit.
It's crazy, man. They have on TV nowadays, but yeah.
We about to see the two-tier justice system at work with these two black people and shit. Like we about to see the difference in the two-tier justice. We already seeing it.
That's
You
a
in
good
jail,
point.
fool.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's already
in jail.
started.
Trump, 20 minutes, dog. You still there right now.
Yeah.
And they said Fulton County is horrible.
Oh
They
yeah,
said it's horrible.
he got the cavity search.
Yeah,
you know they didn't bypass that for him.
They made him bend over and cough a couple times.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
He eating that what's that shit, corned beef or whatever the hell
Yeah.
they serve down there. oatmeal pies. They can say oatmeal pies.
Oatmeal pies. Like
That don't
commissary.
even sound good.
Come
Hey, it's
on,
good
man.
when that shit. When you in jail, the motherfucker is top notch.
I don't know. I've
Somebody
never
getting
been.
that collect call right now, man. Collect call
Yeah.
from, you know.
Denied.
Somebody using that commissary machine right
doing
now.
it now.
I ain't got
Denied.
10 grand, baby. I ain't got 10
Yeah.
grand. You good. I can put
I
some on
ain't,
your
I'm gonna
books.
turn myself in. I'm gonna be spending the
Put some on
night.
your books.
Yeah.
I'll be in there for
I'll
a
put
few
some
weeks.
on your commissary.
I call Trump, dog. Trump put something on his books and shit.
He better. Or, like you said, I'm flipping.
Okay. He should
Hey,
be
man, I
up
can't come
there
with that 10 grand, man, but I put some on your
Yeah,
books.
I'll put
singing.
You know, you're gonna get Doritos once a week at least, man. I'll hook you up with that.
I mean,
Corn nuts or something.
Said corn nuts.
like who rolling with him and like he ain't paid Giuliani, he ain't paid nobody. Like when he makes that phone call, like
Okay, so I
why you
heard
thinking
that
like
he's starting a fund for somebody. Is it Giuliani or somebody
That
else?
super PAC,
I don't
man.
know. Yeah, man.
I'm just saying, but who's like rolling with him and like ain't seeing the news and like, man, he don't pay nobody. Like, why would you even do dirt with him, man? Dude,
Yeah.
nothing.
He don't got your back. That's for real. He do not got your
he
back.
gotta be upfront. Like, dog, I need mine upfront. Man.
He'll go up on stage and clap you up all day long. But when it comes to like doing like something instead of saying something, he ain't got your back at all. He never will. He'll never give you money. He'll never give you like that support. He gave a lawyer. I will tell you what. He did it for the one dude, the valet, that became the head of his custodial people. That dude, the one that moved the boxes and told the dude to cut off the camera. He hooked him up. I'll give him that.
Well, he was in the house. He saw the documents, so he better.
Oh
hook
yeah,
him up.
and that document thing is that's really serious on that. But here's the deal. Here's the sad part about Tootie Harrison, the black people that are involved in the 18 co-defendants. They sent them to go convince Ruby Freeman to lie, another black person. They
What
use
does that
black.
tell you about
they
what
use-
they think
what
about
they
black
think
people?
about it.
Exactly.
They sent your black face over there to get Ruby Freeman to do something that was totally illegal. And now you sitting in jail now because of that.
Yeah.
Now that's two stories. Like that means
Two dumbasses.
all skin folk ain't your kin folk.
No,
One,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
not at all. Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? And two, why you out there doing the white man's dirty work, bruh?
It's beyond.
They're gonna
me, fam.
send
I
you
don't-
to do something. They gotta have her do something that's totally illegal.
And you be the
Because they
one.
want her to take the blame and say that she did something illegal during the election, and that's why it was rigged. They wanted her to be the fall guy, and they're gonna take care of it. And they tried to get them to convince them, and you went over there with that nonsense.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna be the patsy when it's all said and done. They're gonna be like, see, these are the people that basically tarnished him and were doing things for him, and he never asked them to do it. It's gonna be that kind of thing.
Yeah. And you know, my mama said the best when it comes down to Ruby Freeman. She said Ruby Freeman is an older black woman. What made them kids think they was gonna go over there to her and convince her to do something?
Yeah, come on now.
She said she
Y'all came at the wrong motherfucker.
Old lady. That's like going to your grandmama with some bullshit. You can't do
like
it.
she-
Not Big
Grandma's
Mom.
not
No,
getting
Big
down
Mom.
She call you on it before it even come.
Big
Yeah.
Mom here.
What you want me to do? No, baby, go.
Nah, baby.
No, baby,
Go
go sit
ahead with
down.
that foolishness. Go with that foolishness. Yeah.
And that's basically how Ruby Freeman probably came to with him. Like, nah, baby.
Yeah. Come on now.
Who? What? What do I got to do?
Yeah,
Oh,
nah, that ain't happening.
Then they tried to intimidate her in the police station. Now I don't know how the hell two black people got in the police station and intimidate. Like they just let them
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Wow.
Come on now.
Come on, man.
It's crazy. But I mean, it's crazy the things that are going on right now, man, in our country. And I will tell you right now, there's a lot of people out there supporting this activity, man. And the last video that we did, we talked about, you know, just having integrity, you know, and some people, for whatever reason, they feel like their integrity is intact by following this man after all the things that he does and all the charges, all the evidence that's stacking up against him. At some point, you have to just come to reality and be like, look, he did something wrong. I mean, I don't know.
We were talking earlier before we came online, before they showed up. We were talking about standards.
Yep.
A lot of people have flexible standards. That's a problem.
Yes, it
You know what I'm
is.
saying? You should have standards that don't bend, that
Exactly.
aren't flexible. But a lot of people, they think they have standards, but in some cases, they just have a preference. A preference for self-survival, a preference to do this, to do that, as long as they win or as long as there's a favorable outcome to what they decide.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't have no standards, which is why they would put themselves in that predicament.
That's a great point, man. And you don't have standards. You, like you said, you have preferences. That's what that is. Like you have, if it fits my agenda, I'm cool with it. But you can't call that a standard.
It's not a standard.
It's not one at that point. Either you have integrity and the truth is the truth and a lie is a lie, or it's not.
Exactly.
It's a standard, man. And like we said, the standards versus goals versus, just perception, whatever the case may be. A lot of people don't have standards. They say they do, but the question that Adrian Ace asked a while ago, if Hillary did all these things
Right.
that Trump is being accused of doing, what would you say if you were a Trump supporter right now?
Yeah.
Right? There's no way. There is no way that a Trump supporter, if Hillary did all of these things, they would be screaming bloody murder for her to go to jail. That if you like we said, but if Hillary did that, if Hillary was accused of all these things, I would say she should go to jail because I have standards.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Trump or Hillary or Obama. Anybody who does all of these things,
needs to go to
if
jail.
they did them, should be in jail. I have a standard. I don't have a preference.
So you
but-
pick and choose.
Yeah. And the other point that I brought up too, man, I don't know if I thought about this earlier, was people who support Trump always bring up old stuff that's already been looked at. Like
Right. They like to
Benghazi,
blame.
Email.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
The Hillary email stuff.
So
They
yeah,
like to,
I'm like,
well,
look
what
at the,
about what
look
she
at the,
did?
what about
We're
the
not
email?
talking about- We're not talking about.
But check this out though. That's
Hillary.
been
We're talking about
investigated,
Trump. Right?
And it's been closed. When was the last time you heard somebody who doesn't like Trump say, "What about the Mueller investigation?"
Yeah.
We don't talk about that. You know why? It's over.
Over.
Yeah.
They investigated it. They say he didn't do anything wrong with Russia. We don't keep throwing that back
Yeah,
in people's
exactly.
faces
Right.
because it's over.
Over.
It was investigated. That's standards. That those are having standards. I have standards. That look,
Yes.
the government looked at it. The legal. They said it's over. Trump didn't do anything wrong. I'm gonna leave that alone. I never talk about that, but they always talking about emails that's already been investigated and over with.
That's called
Why?
deflecting. They're deflecting from what Trump
but
is
I
doing.
could deflect back to the Mueller thing, but I don't because
Right.
Yeah.
I have
Have a
standards.
standards, that's
I'm like,
right.
that's over with. We already found him to be okay with that.
Yep.
Yeah, Michael Flynn went to prison for that though.
Yeah,
So I know that.
but he was wrong. I mean, they
Right.
found reason to do it, and that's if we want to bring that up, we can bring that up. But I'm not gonna go bring up stuff that's already like Hunter Biden. That stuff that Hunter Biden he gonna be found guilty of.
Probably.
They're still going through that.
Yeah.
But there's other stuff that they said he didn't do anything wrong. They still talk about it. Leave that shit alone. It's already been looked at.
But Hunter
It's
Biden is a
over.
grown man. He ain't. His daddy can't control him.
No, not at all. But I mean, at the end of the day, my whole point is like, we can't have our preference to just say it's wrong just if it's something that we don't like.
Right.
If it's a person that we don't like, or something that otherwise, our whole country, man, it's in trouble anyway. So
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what kills me about the whole Trump thing. Like, and, you have your investigations, but everything that he's doing, we got this fool some way somehow on got this voice, his video. He's talking about it. He's saying he's doing it. The document stuff.
they don't believe it still.
Yeah, they got him on video talking about it. January 6th, they got him saying go march down to the Capitol. I mean, and that's the whole thing. It's just like, not only is it just underlying evidence that we ain't even found out about, we got him just blatantly saying it. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and that's what.
But here's the problem: they always say, and we already know this, but they always want to point at freedom of speech. But freedom of speech doesn't mean you can say whatever you want to say without the consequences that follow it.
There's always consequences. Yeah.
Yeah. so-
Why is I need 11,731 votes? Just one more vote. Like
Then they got.
then they got, I need you to find me that. Like, that ain't freedom of speech. That's saying hook me up. That's what
That's
that
saying
said. You know what I'm saying? So,
Cheat for me.
and that's really the battle I have. Got nothing to do with it. It's blatant things that he said and he's done, and I forgot. Maybe if you have evidence on somebody doing something that you're accusing them of, maybe they should be held accountable for that. I don't know.
Accountability.
Yeah,
That's,
you know
that's a
what I'm
word.
saying?
That's a word. That's
But we got to play these games. I mean, like I said, we got dudes that on a suspicion, they go hold you and lock you down to your court date. And you know,
Yep.
people in jail sitting right now
For
on a
months,
suspicion. They
years.
building the evidence on you while you sitting in jail.
Yeah.
And this dude, not only does he have 4 indictments, major indictments, and he's sitting nowhere. He's able to travel, talk, do what he want to, campaign for president. He got enough nerve to talk about a 2-tier justice system. Come on.
He's part of the establishment. So, of
Yeah.
course, he's going to
Yeah.
get treated a little different. He's going to get ushered
A
around.
lot different.
Exactly. And that's the 2-tier thing. The 2-tier thing is rich people get to do what they want to do. And if you broke and ain't got no money, you like Harrison Lloyd. You sitting in jail right now waiting for your court date.
And what you'll see is that, once again, preference, they'll try to switch up the two-tier justice system to be Democrat versus Republican.
Exactly.
The Democrats don't get to... That's not what a two-tier justice system is about.
Yeah.
You trying to make it fit your agenda. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.